2018 was the bestest time in the world for Red Bull racing. But well, maybe not quite. Mercedes were the king of the hill at that time, but the team at Milton Keynes could still hold an answer for them, from time to time at least, thanks to the pencil of Adrian Newey, as well as their two fantastic drivers at the helm. Obviously, they had Max Verstappen, still a little rough around the edges, but they can make it work. They went through hell and creation for this guy, and they were gonna see it through to the bitter end. But the other marquee driver that they had over the past few seasons, one that had earned a lot of bread for them, was Daniel Ricciardo. Established, fast, cool, funny, Australian. Well, no one's perfect. Though in instances like Monaco that year, you'd swear that he was. Just different gravy. But despite being the commodity that he was for that team, whether commercially or on the racetrack, Danny Big Dick McRick laid the smackdown on Red Bull that year by announcing that for 2019, he would be vamoosing to Renault. Part of it was down to him wanting to build his own legacy at another team, but you also did get the feeling that this wasn't part to him losing his status within that team to Max, as throughout 2018, Max was becoming more polished as the season went on. This left a vacancy at the Red Bull team for 2019. I'm sure if Red Bull could clone, they would have two Max Verstappens in that team, but that technology wasn't quite available at that time, so they instead opted for Pierre Gasly. Gasly had shown his stuff in the Toro Rosso and was touted as the wave of the future, but it wouldn't work out. By the midway point of the season, barely 12 races into his tenure, they threw him back down to Minardi and swapped him with Alexander Albon. It was a bad drowning for Gazza, but that happens sometimes in Formula 1. They ran with Albon for the better part of a year and a half before cutting him loose as well. And in 2021, they would take on board an outsider in the form of Sergio Perez. A worthwhile signing, and it was deserving, but it did kind of tell how desperate Red Bull were at the time. Their last two junior drivers didn't work, so best look outside of their wheelhouse here. For the better part of a couple of years, Checo did pretty much look like the guy that Red Bull finally needed, but gradually things started to slide, and throughout the entirety of 2024, his seat was in constant jeopardy. Finally, they would get rid of him at the end of the season and replace him with, at long last, one of their juniors, Lawson. And right off the bat, it was met with firm resistance from a lot of people looking in from the outside. A lot of fans hated it, and people around the paddock were puzzled.